about Miss Adams is that she's the best teacher.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she's nice and really funny.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she's funny and she calls me fair and brute and smarty.
She's funny, nice, and strict.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she's cool. My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she calls me a smarty cat and sometimes she calls me Cynthia Rat. My favorite thing about Miss Adams because she is funny and she is the best teacher.
My favorite about Miss Adams because she calls me Kylie good, and I love Miss Adams because she makes us laughing and stuff, and she let people take names. We love you, Miss Adams. My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she's special to me, and I love her.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she's very nice and she is funny. My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she is sweet and really caring.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she's funny.
She's funny and she lets us learn and she is a nice teacher.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is her vocabulary and her beaties.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is her sense of humor and her love for kids. And Miss Adams, don't forget to take your vitamins.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is she is a good sport. She loves the children and she's one of my best friends.
My favorite thing about Adams is how she curses like a sailor and is starting to teach me how to do the same thing.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she doesn't know anyone's first name.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she calls me Beater and it takes me back to my college days.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is how when I was a student here, I was terrified of her. And then once I started teaching here, I was still a little bit terrified of her until I realized that she's probably the funniest person at Sullivan Park.
The best thing I like about Miss Adams is her tenacity and her wisdom. I love you, Miss Adams.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she is a fellow cusser. Doesn't make me feel so left out when I curse around people.
I like how Miss Adams is the real deal. Since I started at Sylvan Park, she's always just said it like it was, and I love that.
Okay, my favorite thing about Miss Adams is she makes me laugh. Every time I go in her room, I crack up.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she can scowl at the children and they laugh at her.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is her stories about her vitamins and Elmo.
My favorite thing about Mrs. Adams is her generosity over the past 11 years that I've worked with her. From helping me if I was running a few minutes late or taking us to Star Bagel. And then I have one other favorite thing about Miss Adams, that our favorite memory. She also tells great funny stories, and her most memorable story was her medicine that she had to take during her college years. So thanks for the memories. We're gonna miss you.
Dairy Dip, you're the last of the people that were here when I first came. It's not going to be the same without you. I've laughed so much with you over the years. You can always find humor in everything that goes on around here. But I wish you nothing but happiness and enjoy this time. Enjoy Las Vegas, but come back to Nashville and see us. We're going to miss you.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is that she is, not many people know, she's a sailor at heart. I always loved how she always made things exciting and how she always knew just what to say to get a laugh out of you. I'll miss the fact that I won't have to tell her what everybody's name is. It took her a long time to figure out people's names. So good luck, Renetta, and enjoy your retirement.
We will miss you so much, Miss Adams. My favorite thing that I will miss about you is having you call me every morning to remind me to play the news again after we've missed it. I also remember with great fondness the day that, I don't even remember who did it, one of your students vomited in your classroom and your students came to library right after and they all had this wonderful story about your reaction to the vomit and how you screamed and you ran out of the room retching and they were so amused by this. So we will miss you so much for lots of reasons.
Play it again, play it again.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams is the amount of time she calls me every day about little things. I'm gonna miss that next year. And she gave me my nickname Rossi.
My favorite thing about Miss Adams has always have to be that she really doesn't care really what other people think, and reminds you that you shouldn't be worried about what other people think, especially when a parent is being really tough on you. She's been great to give a lot of good advice for like, don't care what that parent says, you know you're doing the right thing, and about throwing things away that you don't need. I needed to listen to that advice more, and I'm gonna miss you this year, or next year.
We love you, Miss Adams.